births you. The nothing rhythmlessly stomps bootwise over the head of my darky sleeplessness. Last night, a young black student screamed, "I'm black, I'll fuck a motherfucker up," trying to convince. Nowadays, it's difficult niggering to oneself. Just yesterday, I misplaced my bottle of melatonin but said to a friend on the phone, "I lost my melanin." Sleepless and white, I fissured my imagination to find in it some semblance of you concussing a book of speeches by MLK and chanting peace toward no specific direction. Responding to my loss of melanin, my friend screamed, "My nigga," but I swore he'd thrown his voice. Outside, you cuss loudly, are angry about the beer. Everyone needs to hear this. I raise my blinds, I stare through the window, but can see myself as palimpsest over you all, as you stare back, approximate, catching on. So yeah, when I read it there, it was very quiet. So. It's like, oops, my bad.
You hear that, Sister Doogie?
Yeah. So let me find this other poem.
Right next door for mine.
Ah, here it is. So I'm just going to read a few sections from this longer poem called
Yes, sir, Sister Judy. That's the type of things that come on down into the neighborhood sometime.
What can I do but make of the eyes of others my own eyes, but make of the world a puzzle whose radif is a haunting of me, me, me. Somewhere there are fingers still whole to tell the story of the empire that devours fingers. Somewhere there is a city where even larvae cannot clean the wounds of the living and cannot eat on the countless dead who are made to die tomorrow and tomorrow. Carrion beetles and boot bottoms grind corpses powder soft to feed the small-mouthed gods of gardens and wind. Roses made to toss their silk to earth like immolated gowns, heels spewing ribbons of charred air from cities occupied by artillery and pilfered grain, limbs blown from their bodies and made into an alphabet that builds this fool song, even now presented before you as false curative, as vacant kiss. Even what is lost in the fabrication of strangers needs not from strangers. Even somewhere stings with stillness, stings with a home not surrendered, but a given. Between his war with self and the war in a sand-sealed country neither of us could spell, Juvie took from R what little childhood Chicago hadn't taken. Between bloody showers and rushed meals, him forced by bigger boys until pain became expectation and expectation pleasure. A shortened sentence meant fighting for a country against people for whom R held no hatred while hating the ones he fought for. There is venom in coercion misnamed loyalty. Boys and bloody water in his head when he left to fight in heat and camo. Then in the barracks shower, 3 soldiers raped R. Sand is the plaza of pardon. Wind draws its name across the grains and leaves the grains with the name it gave. Who would I be after so many tried to live in me forcibly? R in the desert, our Skype lost connection when an explosion blew out what little service he had. Oh shit, we've been hit, then blackout silence, and my post explicit. Let us rejoice in this. War is a love song that makes your body dangerous to others, that makes you unlivable. You become more private. You are always early to yourself. When I saw him again, marijuana discharged him dishonorably, and the men inside him shooting guns and shooting cum went with him. This is one veteran's legacy, one man I know and have lost to distance, my own pulling me from everything I meant to hold close. What do I know of exile but self-imposed self-removal? When R kissed my forehead goodbye the first time, I felt citizenly, patriotic. My white handkerchief au revoiring a friend from my mind who returned with sand hissing down his pant legs. Who made an hourglass out of him? For what does his countdown drop its grains, skull to heel? It was crazy. It was like, it was Afghanistan. That's the country neither of us could spell. And I hadn't spoken to him in years. We went to grade school together, and we were talking. It was a shaky Skype connection, and all of a sudden, the screen just shook, and he was like, "I gotta go. Oh shit!" And then that was it. And I didn't hear from him for maybe a year after that. So all that time, I thought maybe, I don't know, maybe he had died. But he made it, but then.